Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Black Girl Brunch. My name is Iban,
And I'm
and
Sabria.
thank you all for tuning into another week. I just want to start off by apologizing because this is the type of Leo I am. I be knowing what we do wrong, and it be at the top of my mind. We forgot to upload the episode on YouTube last week. We were having technical difficulties, and then the week just got away from us. So we have not quit on YouTube. We just had a technical difficulty. So this week, you'll more than likely be getting two episodes, both last week and this current one. We went and did what we do best. We complained to Eric about, not being tech savvy. He's going to help us. So we should have a smoother system for
Yes,
our
thank you.
uploading. So shout out.
Yes, Eric, thank you for helping us problem solve and come to a solution because it was a rickety. And also, we just started doing this. So thank y'all for rocking with us. And also, if you have any suggestions or tips on like how, like what would be as a listener and as a watcher, what it would be like if you have any preferences. We want to rock out with YouTube because we seem like that seems like that's the most substantial platform to upload podcast videos. But if y'all have any tips or anything like that, do not be shy, okay?
Period. Do not be shy. Do not
Don't
be
hold
shy.
back, but also like don't hold back but not too much, you know?
Sorry. How are you? What is new
I'm
in your world?
I'm feeling well. Sorry, I just looking at my toes because I can't wait to get my feet done.
I
But
know, but let's not go there.
even though my back is killing me, I realized. So on Fairly Odd Parents, when Crocker be like, "Very parents," like I sleep like that. Like how his body, I sleep like that.
Them stiff movements.
Yeah. So I'm like, why? Like I don't know how to stop my body from like just like
Convulsing?
yeah, or like cramp. Like I sleep very in a way that I feel like the human body should
Rigor
not.
mortis?
But I don't know what
Like
it is.
stiffness?
Yeah, or like I'll sleep like this, my back to like in the shape of my initial. Like I'll sleep in like a S shape.
Oh
It's
my
very
God.
weird.
Girl,
I don't
what's so
know
funny?
what,
I never seen you sleep. You always sleep so normal.
but it's something I started doing
It's new?
recently.
Oh, maybe you
Yeah,
just
I don't know
clench.
why.
Maybe you clench in your sleep.
But you know what? It's that damn dog. So my dog jumps up. First of all, I know some people like, well, I'm not letting my dog sleep with me, whatever. My dog, one thing you have to know about my dog is he don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like he
At
does
all.
what he want to do. He do not give a fuck. Like
About
and
your rules.
he don't give a fuck about nobody rules. And like honestly, I'm sorry, I gotta blame my mom because when he was a puppy, we supposed to crate train him, and he was in there one night and he started whining in the cage. And my mom said, take him out the cage. I'm like, you ain't even try. She said, I don't like that. Take him out the cage. I know as a vegan, I should want him out the cage, but like some dogs need to be crate trained. He's
Discipline.
not,
And
he
they don't know what's going on, but we know what's going on.
exactly. So since a baby, he just been able to sleep wherever the fuck he wants.
You know my dog the same way. And my
Yeah.
mom the same. I feel like Pisces moms enable dogs. Yes, that is a big broad generalization, but I think Pisces
They
moms
do.
they enable bratty behavior from dogs.
Cause when I close the door and I'm like, I don't want him in my room, she be like, he trying to get in. What? Like, leave me alone. I want a moment for myself.
My
So I
mom is
noticed-
literally in rehab right now, and she be like, "I feel bad for the dog." I'm like, "You need to feel bad for yourself."
It's
But
crazy.
The dog is fine. Like you are the one that's in trouble. So
Like what? So first of all, my dog, he behaves as if he is a Yorkie. He is not. And everybody that know Rocco knows
Big
that he
bag.
is not. He's like a 70-something pound like American bully. And he jumps in my bed sometimes, but sometimes he pick and choose. He wants to sleep on the floor because I be having clothes on the floor. He wants to sleep on the floor.
Mhm.
And he pick and choose when he wants to sleep in my bed. And so he's a heavy dog. He's very muscular. And he pushes me out the bed. So like I'll catch myself like at the edge of the bed. Like, and so I think my body is trying to like when I sleep adapt to like him, like anticipating him jumping in the bed. Cause I caught myself doing it even when he's not in the bed. So I'm like, yo, what the hell? Like this dog not throwing my back out.
That's crazy. That is so
But it's
funny.
also not entirely his fault because I don't know why I do this. I remember I threw my back out like when I was in my 20s, because I fell asleep on an ottoman. I was curled up on an ottoman like in a ball and I just fell asleep. And the thing is, I can really like sleep anywhere and I shouldn't have. I had threw my neck out. I had to go to urgent care
Sorry.
um because I had a crook in my neck and I had to get
Damn.
yeah. So me, I'm just like,
Feeling
and I
stiff?
need, huh?
Are you feeling? I said, you said me, I'm feeling, I said stiff.
Yeah, and I got a training session tomorrow, and I had to cancel last week because of my back. But she said we can do other stuff, so
I was
I'm
going
gonna
to
just
say, she probably
do.
can work with you.
Yeah, cause she got her ACL is torn, so she know how to
Trauma.
like make back the stuff that she be doing. I'm like, you sure it's torn? Because she be floating with like, yeah, just do this. I'm like,
If you say so. If you say so.
like,
Because I feel like when something broke on me, I can't do nothing.
that's what
Like,
I'm
I really feel like
saying.
that's a toxic trait of mine. Like, if I'm sick, I'm like, I can't move. I can't do anything. And, like,
This
it's,
lady, she had like one foot up, one foot and like literally, it's just like this. I'm like,
mm-mm.
you tore ACL.
When I have a cold, you know how they like the best thing for a cold is to work out. I'm like, I just disagree. Like, I think the
Yeah,
best
no,
thing,
that's true. Like,
yeah,
oh my God, we have been on COVID watch, mainly me
yeah,
watching you all.
yeah.
Stay the fuck in the house. Like, stay in the house.
Nah, the shit that has unraveled in the past week or so with people just acting like COVID is like normal.
Stay in the house. Like the
I
most
don't want it. Like, stay away from me. That's the number one thing. Like, if you
exactly.
know you've been around somebody with COVID, some of us have compromised immune systems, and we just
Yeah,
do not want to get sick. Stay
yeah.
away.
So stay in the crib. And if you gotta go out, like wear a mask or two.
And try not to
Like
go have to go out because I don't understand. Like, unless it's a family emergency or something, what do you need to go out for?
stay
Maybe
in the
I'm just being
crib.
ignorant. Like, why can't you just, like, for a few days, if you're gonna go to the grocery store, just order the groceries. Like, I don't want to make assumptions about people's financial status and things like that. But I'm like, if you must, like you said, go ahead. But a lot of people just be like, oh, I got cabin fever. Like, you too old to get cabin fever. Like, stay
Like
in.
come on. But
Mm-mm-mm.
yeah, so hopefully keep my back and because I'm not trying to go to urgent, I said urgent care, but I'm not trying to go to urgent care because my mom reminded me. She said that's $50. I said, you know what, that's right. So yeah, and I can't take muscle relaxers because I got to be up at 4 a.m. So
Or
yeah,
so
that's
yeah,
fine.
you just gotta take it easy, girl.
That's all I
Yeah.
feel. But
Yeah,
how are you?
I'm okay. I've also just been taking it easy, coming off of not really feeling well. So I've had a very chill weekend. It's so crazy because I had the funnest weekend ever planned. All the plans went down the drain. Because you never know how you're gonna
Okay,
feel. So
it's okay.
that was annoying, but thankfully everyone understands, and I did at least have a very restful weekend. So
That's good.
praying that next weekend and next month in general is just a better month energetically, and I can like have some fun because I haven't really been like prioritizing fun this summer. I've been prioritizing rest, which has been great. But you get to a point where you're like, all right, I'm rested. So I want to have some fun. Like, I want to take on the good parts, the joy of life. And I've just been chilling. I haven't been centering joy. Like, I've experienced joy passively, but it hasn't been in the center. So with August being my birthday month, I'm going to be centering joy a little bit more intentionally. And hopefully the universe allows that to happen in peace. So we'll see. But that's the plan for now. So yeah, that was my weekend, and I'm feeling good. Like, I'm ready for the week. I'm ready to watch House of the Dragon tonight. That's why I love Sundays. House of the Dragon.
I'm so like, damn, I don't got nothing to watch. Well, I again, like I said, I keep on saying I'm gonna watch it. But I feel like I need to drink associates to watch it. Like the beginning, because the beginning is very slow.
It is, and then this shit hit the fan all of a sudden.
Yeah,
But yeah,
that's what
let
I
me know if you want to
said.
do a rewatch together, because I'd be down. I tried to do a rewatch with the guy I live with and fell, fell asleep. And One thing I cannot stand is when somebody falls asleep on things, and I know I do it, but then be asking a bunch of questions. I don't be asking a
Yeah.
bunch of questions. I go look it up online.
I
Like,
be too like when it comes to shows, I be like last night I was so or shows and movies. Like last night I watched the movie Abigail with the
mm-hmm.
vampire ballerina, and I was so sleepy. But also like my mom, she kept on. She was like, she made me feel bad. She was like, I know you ready to go to sleep. I'm like, no, I watched the movie with you, and I was like, I was watching it, but I'm like, I need to get to the bottom of this movie, so I did
Yeah.
not.
I if I fall asleep on something the next day, I just go rewind it. Like
Yeah,
I think about
Iman
the.
follow. I
I
be
do.
so,
I
that
fall
I
asleep
be
on it and I
so
go
excited. I
rewind.
be staring at her. I be like, and then she be like, I'm like, come on, wake up.
Yeah, sorry. I did it last night. I also did it. I fell asleep watching Meet the Browns.
Huh?
I don't
Why
know
would
what
you
made me
watching it?
watch that. I love Mr. Brown. That's something I realized I don't talk about enough. Like he is funny as fuck.
Iman is so annoying. Like Iman loves uncles, like chaotic uncles,
I
and it's
love
so.
a funny ass uncle. Like that part where he's like, "This is your granddaddy." You're not gonna tell me that ain't the fun. That's comedy to me.
Iman, no, Iman just.
I love Meet the. So I hadn't watched it in a while, so I went and put it on, and I'm like,
What was it on
"Yo,
Tubi?
actually, actually, racist." It was on HBO Max. It was on HBO, so take that.
Oh, my fault. My fault.
But damn, it was something. Oh, we also was trying to watch the photograph. Two thumbs down.
Wait, what?
Lakeith Stanfield and
Issa Rae.
that movie was making my back was about to hurt because I was cringing so hard. I was like, I didn't enjoy it. But beautiful gowns. Issa Rae looked great. That's the
Always.
that's the only thing that kept me invested.
Always.
Is just how beautiful that woman is. Like she just was like
I haven't
the
watched
skin,
it.
the hair, her apartment, her like that was all given. Like her whole aesthetic. Lakeith Stanfield, I just can't stand him anymore. And
Same.
it's crazy because I used to love him. I used
Me
to
too.
love him.
But between finding out too much about his life
Too
and
much.
his nails, it's just
And
like
him starting to remind me of like niggas, like he have a certain
Yeah.
complex that it's just like you've ruined it. Like you should have been if he was an enigma, Lakeith could have been him. Because the thing is, he gets really great acting roles, and also
Yeah.
I don't think he's that good of an actor. He does the same thing in every movie. He's
He
like
do.
sounds the same. Get Out was when he is, I think, his best performance.
I was just about to say that. You know what's funny? I was looking at a movie last night and I saw, but it don't matter because like when you a screen queen, like you can have the same, like you can act like the same. And like there was an actress that was in a movie, Abigail, and then she was the main character in this movie, Lisa Frankenstein, which I freaking love. I realized like I'm like she doesn't really change her voice or like her like she kind of the like from the two movies I saw I'm like she kind of but I'm like that's okay because for that genre it don't really require much like horror and she was great in Lisa Frankenstein like she was perfect but yeah I just started noticing that not just started noticing but like I started like wanting to
Peeping
verbalize
for
I'm
real.
like some actors like have the same like
And even
tone.
Denzel, to a certain degree, people would argue like Denzel brings some of the same. Like Denzel, most of the time, except for in Training Day and a few other movies, he plays
oh my God,
like
he was scary as hell in that movie.
the trusting. You know, somehow he got it. You know, somehow he
Brandon,
gonna
he
figure it
was
out.
so good. I'm so happy I waited to watch that as an adult because, like, I really was able to grasp how crazy he was. Like, I feel like if I snuck and watched that as a kid, I would just think it was so funny, even though it
Yeah.
still is. But like,
I'm about
I'm
to say,
like, yo, he was crazy as fuck. Like, he was crazy.
He
as
was
fuck.
crazy as fuck. But it's like, was I still attracted to him? That's
Yeah.
another question for another day.
Sorry about it.
He was fine in that movie. He was fine as hell.
I feel like that was the finest he's been. He was real
Ooh.
fine. But it's funny that you say that. I will say love having my own show because we can just like whatever. But it's funny that you say that because there has been like qualms about like I seen somebody say that like AO who was on The Bear that she wasn't a good actress and I'm like what? I'm like first of
Who
all
is she?
Huh?
Is that the black woman?
Yes. So
First of
I
all, I don't watch the show, but do not come for her because she's beautiful.
I love her. So first of all, this is what I'm going to say when people don't understand about acting, is that that character is a very real person. And the thing is, I like the bear because it is very real people. Like, it's
Mm-hmm.
very real in a way where I'm like, are these people improvising? Like, or
Yeah.
because it's like they're very like real people. And the character that she's playing is like, I'm like, I know that
Me
person. Like,
too. I've
she's
seen one
very
episode, High
real.
Strong.
So
Yeah.
so I'm like, shoot, so, somebody who's like, excuse me, they're smart, but they're unsure of themselves. And like, there's somebody that like, she's that person who like had all the right to, she went to school, she has a supportive father, like she should be further in life, but she's just not. And she like is doing well, but she just feels stuck. So
Sounds
I'm
like
like,
me.
huh?
So yeah, sounds like me. Sounds like a lot of
Hello?
people we know.
But I'm
It's
like,
very realistic.
it's very realistic. And like how she like, she just got her a new apartment, but she was like living with her father, and they was like going back and forth about like, I'm taking too long in the bathroom, this is my bathroom time, blah blah blah, whatever. I'm like,
Yeah.
she's just like such a very like real character. So I'm like, very real characters don't require you to be like, oh, I'm acting.
Yeah, the drama, the drama.
Like,
Because like,
yeah, because she's is like, when you're a very like, think about it, like there are people who just like, there are people that we work with or like people we be around that you've never seen them angry, or sometimes you've
yeah.
never seen them happy. So like, it's just like they're she's a very real character. So I'm like, to say that she can't act, I'm like, that's kind of weird. Like,
And also,
y'all being
like, to
weird.
think that you got to be serious all the time to be a good actor is also crazy, because I'm
Yeah.
watching a show, which I will circle back to in our fave four, but it's on Apple TV and it's called Lady in the Lake. Didn't know what it was about, but Lady in the Lake, titles like that get me.
Oh,
like
it's a show?
Yeah, the
Oh, I'm
girl at the
thinking
end of the
something else.
road, the guy at the end of the street, somebody at the top of the farm. When I hear stuff like that, I want to watch it. Like, why is she in the lake? I need to know what's gonna happen. And it's a lady. Like, I'm interested. It's good. It's like, it could be really good, or it could be really like, what's that movie called? I mean, what's that show called? You know what the the guy that they say he always look like he from the 50s. What's his name?
Jonathan Majors?
Jonathan Majors. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. What was that? Lovecraft Country, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
That show, let's not pretend like we get it. We don't. Like, we don't know what happened
I hate
there.
it. I'm like, all right. So y'all
I
read the
thought it
book?
was, we thought it was going somewhere, and then it did. It was just some cool scenes, and but I watched it until the end, but come on, it didn't make no sense. And that's I don't want this show to be like that. So
Yeah.
it could make sense if they wrap it all together in a nice bow, or it could be like a mess. But anyway, Natalie Portman is in this show.
Mm.
And we all know, whatever you feel, Natalie Portman is considered like a supreme actress, right? But I feel like her acting in this show she giving too much. And I don't understand why she's so riled up.
Probably because she's a movie actor.
She's everybody else
actor.
is not really giving it. That's the thing. Like, I'm not saying her performance is terrible, but I just feel like her performance stands out. Like, every time she's staring, she's always like,
people who do movies.
I'm like, girl, calm down. Why are you so riled up?
Because people who do movies, when they do shows, it's very different. Like, they're acting.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Nicole Kidman did a really good job of transitioning from movies to shows. And it's also a difference between like theater, like you can always tell when somebody came from the theater. Yeah, you can always tell that. But there was another actor who, like, his performance was up for debate. On The Boys, the character who plays Huey, so he is a nepotism baby. His mom is fucking white lady with a short haircut. That can be anybody. What's her fucking name?
Yeah, Jamie Lee Curtis.
No, his mom name is something. All I know is he's literally the same age as us. But yeah, Dennis Quaid is his dad. He has two actor parents.
So it's the lady from Along Came Sally.
Yes,
that's it. That's her name. I'm about to say the queen of the rom-coms. I know who she is.
Jack Quaid. Yes.
Who is his mom? Oh shit.
His dad is Dennis Quaid. Meg Ryan.
Who's his mom? Meg Ryan. I'm about to say from Sleepless in Seattle. Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm. The Don. But anyway,
I love her. Damn, that's my girl. You know her scandal with Dennis Quaid, right? I'll circle back.
Yeah. Sorry. Mm-hmm. So also, it's so weird, like, seeing actors that was born the same year as you, because I was like, I'm thinking about the stuff that I was doing when I was a baby. I'm like, what was this nigga doing when he was getting? But anyway, so him his character Huey, people are like, oh, he's not a good actor, like whatever. But his character literally does not require much. He is an awkward man who works at a technology store with his dad. Like, he literally is like, he don't have no hopes and dreams. He's just a guy. He literally is just a guy. I'm like, what do y'all want from him? He literally is just playing a dude.
Yeah, seriously.
He's doing it well to me. Because I'm like, he is a dude. And he's a dude in a comic book. So
and
I'm like,
sparks no curiosity. That's what...
He sparks no curiosity. All the reason why he's in like this badass situation is misfortune. Like, he's literally... If his girlfriend never died, he would have never been here. Like, he would have just been at the store, working with his dad still, like, not even... Like, he the type that, like, probably don't even have a passport. He don't even care to go to France. Like, he just, like, a guy. Like, he literally is just a normal, regular guy. I'm like, what do y'all want from him?
Like, why do you want him to be the showstopper?
And you got your degree? How is he supposed to act? Please show us the tutorial.
Yeah, and it's like, if you want him to be a different character, then that sounds personal.
That's what I'm saying. Y'all want a different character.
You want him to have zingers? That's not in his script.
Y'all want a different character. Y'all don't want the Huey. I'm like, y'all don't want... First of all, the nigga
Huey
name was Huey.
His name. I wouldn't expect shit from somebody named Huey. I'm gonna be honest. If your name Huey, I'd be like, good day. Like, I don't even expect a conversation from you, for real. Fuck. It's like, if your name Huey, either you gonna be amazing or you gonna be I'm about to say a putz. I don't know what that means, but
you gonna be exactly. You gonna be a lame-o with a cool name.
Like, that's it. You gonna be either real big or real small. That's it.
Exactly. Like, what do y'all want? I'm like, since y'all know everything as a consumer, y'all don't know nothing. Y'all are criticizing people who are literally playing regular people.
Yeah, and they don't understand, like, the realism that character is supposed to reflect.
And the shows are like, okay, obviously The Voice is not realistic because we don't have superheroes, but like, it's based on, it's not a Marvel type. That's the thing. You Marvel motherfuckers.
Marvel. Everybody got a zinger.
Motherfuckers. Y'all get on my nerves.
Marvel goes zinger for zinger. And you know I'm a Marvel head, but you just gotta understand everything's not gonna be there.
Exactly. Y'all get on my nerves, but The Boys is superheroes based on like real. It's supposed to be realistic. It's supposed to be how, like, if superheroes really existed in this world, how would they behave? And what impact would they have on society? Like, that's what it's based on. And like,
a different take.
Exactly. And I'm like, y'all just used to people being like, oh, the nerdy guy, he's got something. This nigga got nothing. He nervous as fuck. He always getting the shit end of the stick or something. Like, that's just like, what do y'all want? It's not like, now if he was playing Superman and he was giving the same performance, I'd be like, I would agree with y'all.
Right,
but I'm
but
like,
that's
not. I feel like
the
y'all,
angle.
Exactly. And like, shout out to Brian. Like, she always got the fucking tea. Like, always, because Ryan said something about how I would not. I'm cracking up. We didn't even get into Fave 4 yet, but this is
our show.
It's our fucking show. But so Ryan, she was saying that I would never want to have a conversation about fashion with somebody who reads about fashion. I want to talk about fashion with a marine biologist, because people who study fashion and stuff like that, they're just repeating. In short, she was saying they're just repeating stuff that they memorized. They're too obsessed with it. And she went back to the Black Swan, where Natalie Portman. Okay, we're circling around. You exist in the context. Okay,
you just fell out of a coconut tree.
Exactly. So we're getting back. We are in the coconut tree, baby.
You exist in the context.
Natalie Portman in the Black Swan.
Hello.
So, if we go back, Natalie Portman in the Black Swan. Her character, she was phenomenal in the Black Swan. And her character was so obsessed with ballet, and the teacher is like, you fucking suck because you're so obsessed with ballet, you don't even understand that this is not what this is about.
Why don't you be a ballet teacher? Because you know the theory, you don't know how to put it into practice.
This is about real life. You don't have no life experience outside of ballet, so you fucking suck. In short. And so that's what
Ryan was saying. I did actually see that TikTok. I did.
Which was a great TikTok. That's what Ryan was saying. And I feel like what? Wait, where did I?
It's the same thing with people who are trying to critique different shows. It's like you're critiquing it.
This is what I was trying to get at. Y'all don't know real people and y'all know real people, but y'all write off their experience because they're not exciting. The most exciting, and one thing about me and Iman, we do not care about what celebrity dating each other. We care about the person who is forgotten about
in high school.
80 in high school, 80 followers, private page.
Yep.
Upload every 3 years. That's the person business I am minding. The person
I'm tapped in the most. I'm obsessed with regular people. I'm obsessed with regular people. And I know who you're talking about. I'm not gonna say anything. But there's one particular person from high school that Sabria and I have been tapped into her since MySpace. Like she changed her MySpace song.
And we're not gonna stop.
It's been over a decade. It's been a 15-year commitment to normalcy, because normalcy is a bit more interesting than celebrityhood sometimes, especially because sometimes celebrityness seems so distant and just like useless and frivolous sometimes that it doesn't really it don't inspire in the same way as like some real shit that's going on with somebody in their life and their relationship. And we're a fan of this person in real life, so it's not like we just watch their business and then don't say nothing. But yeah, to your point, regular people, I love when somebody is acting in a way and it's just familiar to you. Like they have this persona on TikTok called a cigarette mom. I love cigarette moms because I know them in real life. I feel like very early in my life, the only white women that I did see were cigarette moms. Like they were like the real ass, like get off your ass white women. Or stick it up your ass.
Exactly.
Like, and I love a cigarette mom real bad. Like, I like that.
At the TJ Maxx, that's the woman at the TJ Maxx is having a conversation with my mom because she picked up something and she's like, "Where did you find that at?"
Yes,
I got to get that from my kids back to school. Like, that is that person
exactly.
And I feel like y'all, like as a viewer, I feel like y'all. And I'm very passionate about this because I write, and like that is my ultimate goal, is to go into film and video, and like I'm obsessed with regular people. Like I listen to people's conversations because I want that person to be represented. And I feel like y'all want somebody who is a character and not a person. And granted, they are technically characters because you're watching TV, you're watching a film, but I'm like, there has to be an inspiration for this person. It can't just come out your ass. It can't come from the coconut tree. Like, they have to exist in the context.
They have to exist in the context of. Like, they have to.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Like, y'all just want somebody who, like, y'all, like, it's just the people. And that's why you complain about, oh, this movie sucks and this and this. It's because y'all don't know. Like, no, people are not invested enough in real people and real people's stories. They want to imagine what this person is.
And they want to repeat somebody else's work, somebody else's formula, something else that worked for somebody else. And instead of saying that worked because it was new. Like Barbie worked because it was new. Insecure worked because it was different. The Wire worked because it was different. But we've seen it time and time again. Once The Wire is created, here come these other knockoff shows that are about drugs in the community. We see once Insecure exists, here come these other corny ass shows about, black women in relationships. I'm sorry, none of them, like some of them might have a following, but they don't have that following. And so it's like, why don't you create something new that exists in the context of? Like, why don't you create something new?
Exactly. And that's why, like, and that's why like I'm always listening to people and I'm like, oh my god, like that's good. Like I will literally write something that literally somebody that I heard say, like, because I'm like, that is like magnifique. And I think that's why the only character I do not like on The Bear is Claire, because I feel like I don't know what's going on, but that character is, what's her name? Delaney. That's her last name. You know that girl on TikTok that be like, the girl at the character who thinks she have a crush on her. She acts like that. And I'm like, it's very random to me for her to be in that universe because I feel like she don't match the rest of the characters, because I feel like she is a fantasy character and these characters are realistic. Like,
but that's also sometimes how work be.
There is some people who like they are the main character.
Yeah,
but she don't work. She don't work at the Bear. She don't work at the restaurant. She's like a siding. She's like a romantic interest as one of the main characters.
Okay, but she don't work be feeling like people like that do even exist.
But you know what?
Cringy.
Those people do exist in the
content. I haven't watched the show. I don't know exactly how Delaney interacts.
So Oh my gosh. Oh, Delaney, that's the girl who does the TikToks. I heard the
Oh,
Claire is the one
sorry.
I don't
I
like.
don't know how Delaney is, but yeah, what Brunch
Yeah,
is.
she is just so. That's the only character I don't like because I
Hmm.
feel like she don't fit this
She not
universe. I'm
cool.
like, get her the fuck out of here. Like she don't fit the universe, and I feel like I wanted to see. I
Cigarette
wanted to
mom.
see the cigarette mom.
The young
That's it.
young cigarette mom,
A
or like,
young cigarette mom.
what's her name? Is it Brittany Murphy? Like
Yeah.
Brittany Murphy, an 8 Mile type of woman.
Yeah,
Like, that's who I
she
like.
exists in the context of
I want to see somebody that's a single mom. You know, she got out of a like, abusive relationship with the guy who was a mechanic, and now she's working, taking care of her and her son. Like that's who
But
I
you
want to
know
see.
what? The character that she is in a they have a fling with, he is the fucked up one. And I know the guys like that always want a girl who's like whatever, but I'm like, come on. We've seen this
Yeah.
before. He yelling at work, he yelling at him, his partner having a fucked up time. They yelling at each other. What do you mean?
And
I've
then
been
they
on my feet all
just start
day.
making out.
Exactly. Like I've been on my goddamn feet all day. What do you do? Sitting here smoking cigarettes and watching King of the Hill.
It's like, is that what you think I do when I'm taking care of your son? That's what you think I do?
Hello?
I love that. Yeah.
Let's come on now.
Okay.
Bring her
I'm
out.
about to say we'll circle back to that idea in another script of ours. Nobody steal that. That's our intellectual property. So yeah, I didn't expect this to take a cinematic turn, but much needed conversation, and it's right along with our fave four. Our fave four are like things that have just been getting under our skin because I try to be really positive, and I think we do a good job of being positive on the show, like things we want to get better at, ways we want to grow, things. But sometimes it's just like, ugh, it makes you feel better than complaining. Like, oh, I just need to complain,
Yes.
So,
Yes.
Faye, four things that have been getting under your skin lately.
Child, starting at the top, this has irritated me. People who identify as a hater. First, it was funny.
Yeah,
Some people are getting way too out of hand with it, and I'm like, yeah, it's just stop. I just don't like when people are mean. Like,
yeah,
I don't like when people are mean, and like I know I say some things that like considered a hating, but like to me in my mind, maybe I'm aging, but please correct me if I'm wrong. From when I was a kid, a hater to me was somebody who was jealous.
Yeah,
Of
like had shit of their own.
Yeah,
hating from outside the club.
Exactly. So like that was like a hater to me. I don't know if people have like reclaimed it in a way, but I just think it's like very corny because like
they're reclaiming it.
Exactly, because the stuff that people be hating on, it just be like, it don't even be like big. It be like little shit, and I'm like, why do they bother me?
It's just a little negative.
And since I'm talking about the hater thing, I'm going to my second one would be people the reason why this came up, the hater thing. This is gonna fit into my second one. So my second one is people who take pictures of strangers. Why are you taking pictures of people? You weirdo.
Yeah.
You freaking weirdo. You don't feel weird about that?
I know.
Like some girl took a picture of this little boy had like a Pikachu plush, and he was like showing the Pikachu plush outside the window of the plane, and he was like saying like Pika Pika, like something like that. I don't know. It was very cute. But I'm like, you could have tweeted about that.
Child.
That's somebody else's child. Did you ask them? Like, for instance,
no consent.
When I was doing the Broad Street run, I saw a girl or a person, because I don't know what they identify as, but they had a shirt on that said Free Palestine, and I wanted to take a picture, so I tapped them and I said, may I please take a picture and put it on social media? And they were like, yeah, sure, of course. Like, I asked them before I took a picture.
And you share what your intention was with the photo.
Exactly.
Now, can I just take a picture, but can I post you online? You don't know how big or small my following is.
Exactly.
Can I put you in that position to be consumed in that way? Like,
exactly.
That is important. And even when I'm doing like content, I'm very careful not to get people's faces. Like I'm always trying to take pictures of the back of people's head because some can argue that when you're in public, your image is not your own. But there's such thing as respect, and I know I wouldn't want to be in somebody's viral like video. Like you never know what's going to go viral. You never know what's going to get a lot of attention. You never know
Hello?
when people are going to be attacked.
Yeah, because
For
some
their
people
appearance.
will be in
Yeah,
the back of the picture and they're walking or they hot or something. And somebody be like, look at this hater in the background. It's like, what? They probably, you don't even know. Like, you don't even know.
yeah,
And like that also, another thing with that, I hate is when people upload pictures on dating sites with kids' faces and they're not
yeah,
blocked. I'm
yeah,
like, how dense can you be?
yeah.
Stop uploading
You don't know who the
children
fuck is on here.
on a fucking dating app. Are you mad? Like, I
Yeah.
hate that. But the reason why these two, the first one, the second one, coincide is because so there was, and it's funny, I don't know if the original poster blocked me or he made his page private. So it was somebody in line at like a coffee shop and they were reading a book. And somebody was like, this person, you're not a vibe, or something. They said they weren't cool, like, because they were reading a book in line. First of all, as a reader, sometimes books be that fucking good.
They be good as shit.
They be good as shit that you
Yeah.
like. I don't care where I'm at. I'm cracking this bad boy open and
Yeah.
I'm reading this book down.
But you
They
being on
be
your
the-
phone makes you a
That's
vibe.
what I'm saying. You're on your phone. Like what do you think people did before like phones existed? Like some people probably was in line reading a book at a coffee shop because they didn't have like so if I'm in line and I don't have a book or whatever, and like sometimes, well, I'm clumsy, so I cannot do that. But shout out to that person who was reading the book.
Yeah, I cannot. I'd be overstimulated.
Yeah.
I have to pay attention to everything.
I'm in line and like I'll be like on my phone, like I'll
Mhm.
be on my phone and like scrolling or whatever like that.
Yeah.
And like that person, maybe they didn't want to be on their phone; they just wanted to read their book. And I'm like,
Maybe they're studying for something. Maybe that's
you
a
don't
passage
know.
for an exam
So
that they
like,
have.
why are you hating? Like that is like big hater. And like so many people have been hating on the conversation that we had last week about the intellectual, crisis, whatever.
Yeah.
So many. I have been seeing influx of so many posts of people like hating on readers. Like,
and I think it's because they don't read and they think that person's judging them for not reading.
Like,
when in
nobody-
reality, they probably wish that more folks would read, but they actually probably don't give a shit.
because when I tell y'all the Curvy Girl Summer, I was cracking that shit open everywhere.
Yeah.
Please.
And it's just fun to read. It's really fun. Like, actually, it's annoying me, and I feel personally attacked by that tweet because when you're reading or listening to an audiobook, that's an escape from reality. And for somebody to kind of attack you from just trying to escape, you don't know what that person is trying to escape. You don't know what that book means to them. And to say you're not a vibe, like, that book could be the thing that's keeping them alive right now.
Exactly,
like, because when I'm going through bad times, stories they're therapeutic. They help me feel less alone.
Exactly, like when I was like getting out of like a very horrible relationship, and like I was reading the book Be Not Afraid of Love. I was carrying that book everywhere with me, reading it every chance I get. I was listening to the audio. I was reading it physically because there was like just notes in the book that like I felt like I needed to see, like instead of listening to them. I was carrying that book around everywhere. And when I was reading it, I was like I was thinking about my like past relationship, and I was like processing stuff, and like then when I was getting to the end of the book, I was getting sad because it was just exposed the truth that I just was not willing to hear, and I was just processing all this while reading this book. I wish somebody would take a picture of me while I was reading that book and like make fun of me, because I'm like,
you don't even know.
Exactly, that book helped me so freaking much, and it helped me so much, and like also it made me not afraid of the truth, and also made me willing to like admit things, because that book had like the last part of that book was like, I mean, I don't want to spoil for any, I mean, it's not really a spoiler, it's a self-help book, but like the Arthur was saying that like after that relationship I have been single, and like that's kind of that was like a hard truth for me, because I'm like, okay, like you might not find your person like just right after this, or you might not find it at all. Like, but this might just
it's like you hear it, it's like a gut punch, and then it's like, okay, thank you. It's not so bad, once you so you need that. And I just wanted to share one quick thing because I know we have more faithful to get through, but like right after like my pregnancy loss, I read 2 books and it mentioned nothing about the characters experiencing pregnancy loss. It mentioned nothing about that. But as I read the book, I started listening. So the first one, I'm listening and I'm like, oh shit. Like, I'm gonna find it on Audible real quick because people have been getting on us about not mentioning what we talk about. So I'm listening to the book and I hear what the woman is going through, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, like this is something that happens. Like, this is something that happens. This is something that I can like get through. And like it was like, whoa, it was kind of like crazy to, you know, just like witness. It was called The House of Eve. Also, one of the characters was based in Philadelphia too. So it was like very like menacing, and I almost became obsessed with finishing a book because I felt like it was meant for me to read it. And then the second book, which I really recommended, is called Before I Let Go. If y'all want to go on a ride, listen to Before I Let Go. This book is crazy, but it was about a woman who experienced the actual stillbirth. And I'm like, oh my God, it's getting so close to home. These are the books I read back to back, you know? And so like I just was so like, oh my God, these books were get presented in my life for a reason. So
Mm-hmm.
like that's why I really think it's disrespectful to, one, take pictures of people without them knowing, two, to be a hater, but three, to like say anything. Books can be almost like, don't forget the Bible is a book, and that's a book people swear by. Like, so just leave people alone when it comes to books. You don't know what they're reading, how it's related to them, what they're trying to get through. Maybe they are trying to escape it. Maybe they're reading fucking Harry Potter. Who knows? But that's just them trying to escape and find some joy in the world. How is that not a vibe?
And like
Oh,
what made me like, cause I never stopped reading. I just was reading comic books like
right.
constantly. But then what made me really be like, oh, actually, let me go into reading like novels and like books, nonfiction, fiction books, because I'm like, people that I follow or people that I talk to was posting about books or like mentioning books. People was posting their good reads.
Yeah.
And also like posting on Audible, like Imam was talking about Audible and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, let me get back into like reading these type of books, like, because I've been reading
Yeah.
comic books for so long. I'm like, let me read like different stories, and I'm like, that has like helped me so much. That has made me feel like a sense of joy. I'm like, this is my hobby, like, it's like, so I'm like, yeah, like, how is that not of like y'all like weird, like,
Crazy.
that's why I feel like it's not good to identify as a hater, because you start doing weird shit.
Mm-hmm.
um so my other one is people who believe anything. So when it's very irritating, because especially like on the internet, because like people, I will read comments, and people will be like dead set on like the information that they're presented with, like no facts, no resources, no nothing. They're
Yeah.
like, this is factual. And I'm like, how can you just believe this because this random person said it?
That's because
Like,
I think a part of them wants to believe it. That's what it is. Like some people, there's a part of people who love their personality is like, yeah, everybody else is a sheep, and I know because I just know. I just be knowing. And that type of personality, like I hate to tell, they're lost cause. Like Oprah was saying with races, they just gotta like,
you
you
gotta,
know,
yeah, you
yeah.
gotta die out.
Mm-hmm.
But it's very frustrating, because I'm like, and then they be trying to go back and forth with you, and I'm just
I refuse.
like what?
I
Like how
refuse.
Iman was saying last week, when people were saying, talking about that lady with like her vegan child, and like people always do it with vegans. People, like, I have mutuals who are like vegan bodybuilders, or like people who go to the gym and they're vegan, and there'll be people attacking them in the comments and saying stuff like, you need this to survive, and like, look at this, if you eat a soy, the hormone and stuff like that. I'm like, y'all have not read an article or studies. I'm like, you think that like there's vegan news sources who are vegan, like credible news sources like Veg News will post articles on like how this is good, how this is whatever, this is whatever, like how this is
As
work,
well
and
as
they'll
studies. There are studies as
studies.
well.
Yes,
Yeah,
there
if you
are
don't trust
studies.
news sources, I mean, and if you don't trust studies, then I feel like, well, then who the hell do you trust? Because that's where most information has to come from someone else. Because most of us don't even have the intelligence or the time to investigate all things we're interested
Exactly. And
in.
then also to come back to the fucking gym people, when people are like, no carbs. First of
Yeah.
all, That is humanly impossible. No shade,
Yeah, you
unless
need
you're eating
sweet
celery.
potatoes. You
There is
need
carbs in
the type of
everything.
carbs is what the problem
Everything.
is.
That's what
And
you need to say. The
yeah,
type of, and we need them.
it's like
Like
the
I
type of
literally,
sugar.
exactly. I am literally working with a nutritionist who told me that I'm glad that you eat. That's
Yeah.
what a nutritionist, somebody who went to school, who studied this shit, said to me, that you need to eat in order
Yeah.
to have. It's just like, certain things, like, depending on what your body needs, like there are, like, you need to eat. But you're
Mm-hmm.
listening to somebody who, first of all, starved them, who does not have a realistic diet, and they lost 100 pounds in a year. And some people who do get weight loss surgery are transparent and say, I did. Some people are not.
Are not.
Are not. Some people are not transparent.
And they just
And
try to take credit for everything that's going on
exactly. And
as
you're
if
listening.
yeah.
I'm not listening to nobody who did not read studies, and even or study anything. And even in that, like, you have to take things, like, with a grain of salt. But I'm like, y'all are just believing anything. You're believing anything, and you walk around and you wonder why you're angry. It's because you're goddamn hungry. Um, the other thing is people who thrive in chaos.
Yeah. No, it's a
Like,
trauma response, but it's exhausting.
that really stresses me out so bad. And I don't know, it's because, like, I'm older, and like I am so, like, I'm so done with that, like, era of my life where, like, things, like, there was a time where I had wanted a relationship to feel like Rain on Me by Ashanti, like we shoving each other back and forth, like, no, don't do this. Like, there
Stop
was a
it.
time where I'm like, yeah, that's what I want or whatever. But now I'm just like, that is just not feasible. And like people who, like, for instance, I'm going to use the example of like people that are on Love and Hip Hop. Why would you have kids with somebody who, not even Love and Hip Hop, just, this is a general example. Like, why would you have kids with somebody who don't take care of their kids that they already have?
Yeah.
Like, think about that. Like,
Yeah.
that is not logical. And then
They're
like,
like, you so judgmental if you point that out. It's like, yes, and I am judgmental of crazy shit. I am.
what?
Y'all be the same bitches that wouldn't be judgmental of Ted Bundy, knowing what he did. Like, if you're not judgmental, then I don't know
No
what to tell you.
damn discernment.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, why? Like, when people just like don't put, like, first of all, 2 plus 2, no matter how you spin it, you always gonna get 4.
Yeah.
When people do not add, subtract, I don't get that. Like, why are you going into bad situations thinking the outcome is not going to
It's
be
bad
bad?
from the beginning. Like, if it's bad from the beginning, how can you have hope? Like, I don't get it. I have zero hope when things aren't phenomenal. If things
Exactly.
aren't perfect from the beginning, I'm like, this shit going down.
Like, like my last, like, romantic whatever rendezvous, I knew that it was just gonna go downhill because it was bad from the beginning. But I went in there thinking, I'm like, well, maybe. But I'm like, and if it don't, I'm not going to be surprised. And I was not surprised. And that's why it was so easy for me to be like, all right. Because I'm like, it just didn't, I knew it wasn't good. I knew it.
But I need a honeymoon phase for everything, from work, for friendships, for relationships. And if it start off rocky, like, what the fuck do I need that for? Because when I be by myself, it should be beautiful.
Exactly. So I'm just like, when people just go into shitty situations and expect to, like, get, like,
a good outcome.
It's not going to get a good outcome. And like, it just bothers me because a lot of people who have that mentality always bring children into the world.
Mm-hmm. And to that
it's
situation,
always them.
Yeah.
If this person had $100 in their bank account when you had unprotected sex with them, they are not going to get 6 figures in their same bank account.
Yeah.
In 9 months.
And people act like they don't be knowing how things happen. Like, are you a sim? Are you being controlled by somebody? Or
that's what I'm saying. Because my sims, they could do that. But I'm like, it's just like when and I'm not talking about I'm talking about a very specific situation because things like that happen with people with money. It's not
Mm-hmm.
even just like a poor thing. Like there will be, like, for instance, Summer Walker,
Um, Iggy
London on the
Azalea.
track. Yeah, London
Wait,
on the
what?
track. Baby mom screaming from the
Sierra with
rooftops
Future.
that this man was nothing. He was not a good
Baby
dad.
moms, plural.
Baby
Who's saying it?
moms was all trying to warn this girl, and then yet,
They was just hating on their relationship, though.
but yeah, Sierra was like, all right, that's enough. She got
Yeah,
shook
she
one.
she learned, and I
She
respect that.
did.
I feel like no, if there's somebody I identify with the most is Sierra, because I did dumb shit with people, but I learned, and that's what matters the most is that you
Yeah,
learn.
exactly. So I'm just like, when people just like, it just bothers me. It grinds my gears, and it's also like, it's annoying because they really think that you are just like, you know how hard, like, sometimes making bad decisions is fun. Like, I'm not
Hmm.
gonna say that it's not. Sometimes it's very fun being at places where you shouldn't be,
A
where
little
people,
bit, a little spiciness is
it's
fine.
fun.
Yeah.
But I'm like,
Hmm.
these people always act like you is something wrong with you, or like you're too mean for like telling you. What do you want me to do?
Yeah, back up what they doing, that dumb shit.
I'm not backing up your fucking malarkey.
Hmm.
No,
Malarkey crazy.
that's what it is. Yeah, done.
All right. Well, my favorite. So the first one is asking for money. That shit really starting to grind my gears in this economy. Like, don't. What did Victoria say? I need you to stop asking me for shit. Like, please, I just got on myself. Like, so just a little background. I used to be very, very giving in my family. Like, I used to be so fucking giving. You need $40, you need $20, I got it. But when my situation happened, I couldn't count on none of them people to even send a text message, which is free. And now, you here they are. Hey, what's up? I need $20. If you don't kiss my black ass, you're not getting shit from me for the
Her,
rest of your life.
that
You
part.
don't understand. Like, I will give you everything I got, but you got one time. You have one time to show me that you're not there for me, and I won't give. I wouldn't piss on fire to put you out. Okay, like I won't do anything
That
for
part.
you. That's just it. And also, it's not just about like, oh, what you've done for me. It's time to go to work. It is time. People have so much
What
free
Kim
time.
say? Nobody wants to work anymore.
Nobody wants to work these days, and then they look at you like you're lucky. You think my job just fell out of a coconut tree? No, I've been working two, three jobs from the time I was 20 years old to get to where I am. I actually still work really hard. Like, it's Sunday and I'm going to go to work because I'm like, you know what? My job is a lot, but more money, more problems. I wanted this life and I'm gonna have to work for it. So
Yeah, bitch, I'm
I
over here
work.
selling shoes.
Hello?
I'm
I
selling
be
my
hustling.
clothes.
I hustle. Even if I only have one job, it feels like I got two or three because then the work manages, it equals up to that. And we still do this podcast. Technically, we working right now. So it's like I'm always working and I can't stand to see an able bodied, grown man not going to work. Because I don't have nothing to fuck for you. I don't. Because whatever I give you is only going to last you till Tuesday, Wednesday. If you actually go to work, it's like you give a man a fish, he eats for a day. You teach a man to fish, he eats for the rest of his life. And you be trying to teach people how to fish and they just want to keep eating your fish. And I'm just like, oh no. It gets to a point where it's like, when are you going to change? So asking people for money, being cheap, coming somewhere all the time with nothing in your hands, that is very rude and disrespectful. Coming somewhere empty handed, packing plates, like that's ridiculous. Coming to somebody else's ship but never inviting them to yours, that's crazy. Always trying to like get money from somebody, like, oh, who paying for the drinks? Who paying for the drinks? Like, it's a point where it's like, all right, it's one in one breath you can be resourceful, right? And in another breath, you don't have to do tit for tat. Like Sabrina can always come over my house and she never have to bring nothing. Most of the time she does because she's just built like that, vice versa. Like we just bring each other things or we go half on a meal. A lot of my family are like that, cousins like that. But then there's some people you start noticing it's like, why are you trying to get over on me? Like, why does
Yeah.
our relationship require you getting over? And I just don't like people like that because I work very hard and this economy is crazy. Nobody wants to waste money these days. Nobody just wants to give shit away for people. And I'm like, I'm thinking about my own future at this point, and I'm feeding who feeds me. Period.
Different.
Um, the next on my list. Sorry to snap that way. The next on my
It's
list.
funny because you was like real calm, and I was like, I did not expect you to kick up the heat like that.
Yes, people asking for money is really pissing me off,
No, it's
especially when they be
irritating.
asking the elders and their family for money. Come the fuck on. Like, go to work. I don't care if you gotta go
And
work
it be
at
the
Rite
people
Aid.
who don't pay people back.
They don't actually say they're gonna pay you back. They say, "Can I have? Not can I borrow?"
That be the crazy part for
That'd be the most
me.
honest thing they do is ask to just have it. And it's like, yo, no shade, but being with a person who is an immigrant and watching their work ethic, it's just like, yo, a lot of people who are born here, we think we have a lot of barriers to get to things, but we don't have half as many barriers as what we think we do. If you got a social security card and a birth certificate for this country, you can get up anywhere and you can go get a job if you want to. Will it be convenient? Maybe not. Will it be enjoyable? Maybe not. But you are your own responsibility when you are an adult. Go out and get it. That's it. And then olive oil prices has also been pissing me off. Why is that so expensive? Like
No,
that
that
is
shit crazy.
that's
Like
grinding my
that
motherfucking gears.
shit crazy.
Olive oil was always expensive, but I used to always like look and I better find one that's on sale. Nowadays, the one on sale is $18 for a small. It's like what
Oh,
are
let
y'all?
me.
What y'all stepping on the olives here?
I'm
Like
about to
what's
make
going
you
on?
madder, Iman. Why? The freaking so Instacart, these motherfuckers. So this is what they start doing. If you want your groceries a day of, you have to pay a $9 fee. That's one. Two, the prices on food is higher on Instacart than it is in the store. They'll let you know that too. Because I shop at Sprouts. It'll say right now the prices are the same. In-store prices. That's what it'll say. It'll say in-store prices right now. So I don't drive. So I would have to take an Uber, whatever. And I'm like, in my mind, I'm like,
But you
oh,
pay
that's
that
the same.
money,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I'm starting to coordinate with my dad to go grocery shopping. I went grocery shopping yesterday. And I spent like less than I would have
Hmm.
on Instacart. And I put my stuff in. I had all my bags. I had one bag. What I start doing is do my grocery list on Instacart, and then I just like delete the items as I get
Yep.
them.
Exact period.
But I'm like, they are losing their fucking minds. And like we were saying, I think last week, the shit don't even be fresh. Like,
Fresh. It don't even be fresh. I ordered some, like I said, I wasn't feeling well, so I had no other choice. I ordered some groceries and I ordered some strawberries, y'all. I pick up the strawberries and they are little, it's just mold all over the whole bottom half of the strawberries. And I'm just like, there has never been a time where this type of disrespect with food is more expensive just to be moldier, more rotten, less good quality. And it's just like, yo. So I actually was talking to this guy who owns this local like Chinese store. You know, my favorite Chinese store that I always go to. You
mm-hmm,
know, they love me. So they start talking to me about where they go to get their food. It's
mm-hmm,
kind of like what's it called? H Mart, but they say it's more expensive. I'm
mm-hmm.
about to try that because I was like, are the vegetables fresh? And it was like, yeah. And I'm assuming that they probably cook with a lot of the vegetables at the restaurant. So I was like, yeah, I have to start trying little places like that. Like, where do the restaurants be going? Because this is just disrespectful. And like, Whole Foods is good for me still, but it's just the olive oil prices in particular, you know, compounded with everything else being so expensive, but less good quality or smaller. It's just like, we're how are people supposed to survive? Because like I was feeling finally a little financially comfortable, and yet here we are with everything so expensive. And you got to think about the average person and family. Like this is crazy. And to
Nuts.
see these presidential candidates talking all this shit, like y'all better talk about these grocery prices. Like that's what I want to hear y'all
Real
talking about.
shit
I don't give a shit
though.
about the rest of that stuff. Keep it to yourself. But yeah. The next thing is very random, but people who message me on Teams and just say hi, that makes my blood boil. Just
Cause
say the whole message. Because if you say
I
hi,
say the whole message.
I bet, hello, my name is so and so. I'm contacting you from this. Send the whole message.
But then you respond to them, and then they don't respond to you until almost the end of the day. now I'm already shitting myself because I'm
Yeah,
like,
what do
I'm
you
thinking,
want?
I'm thinking I hit the button and now the company we filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. Like that's what in
Right.
my mind. If you just say that,
Especially
they
when it's somebody you
always
don't know.
they always message you at like 3:45. I mean, no, 4:45.
Or you know what I hate? They say hi. And I do the same thing back. I say hi. Like,
People
and
do that
then
from our. We have
they
call
look at
center.
your message though.
Yeah, yeah. You see the bubble and say they read.
So you read it. And now you don't have anything to say back. And it be people you don't know. It's never just like your work bestie. It's never the work bestie that's just like, hey, hi. It's always
Somebody you
somebody
never
that you
see.
have no history of talking to. They live in another region. They not even like local to where
Yo,
you
it's
are.
always somebody who live in another region. It is. It always be for us. It'd be like people from the call center in like Downey, Illinois.
It's for me, they be like Indonesia. I'm like, what could we possibly? How do you find me? Like it just is so
That's
puzzling.
another thing. How did you find me, and why are you messaging me?
Yeah, and the thing is, like, I do have one of those jobs where a lot of people know me, but I don't know a lot of people. It's because it's like a very like front and center job, and like I
Yeah.
post a lot of things on like I post a lot of things, and I send a lot of emails massively that get forwarded. So people always tell me like, "Oh yeah, you don't want to send the email." So it's very endearing to know that a lot of people at least know my name, they don't may if not know who I am in person. But it could be you want anything. Like you could literally want anything. And it's just so annoying to me. Just say everything you want in that first message. You don't have to be like at work, you don't have to butter me up and say hello first. I don't we're here to work. So whatever you need to say, just say it. It's okay. And like that, I don't know. It just really grinds my gears when you gotta
No,
like
that
pull
shit.
the answer out of people and they
That shit
message you.
annoying. That shit is so
Ooh.
annoying.
So
Bro.
hi. And hi pisses me off for some reason anyway. Hi.
Cause
Like
also it's like, are you a bot? Like,
yeah.
if you've been hacked?
I feel like should I answer this? Like
Some
I
man
feel like
did that.
I'm a take down the company firewall. If I
No,
do.
saying somebody did that, and they were like on a regional, like the not the regional, like East Coast regional. They were like the whole America, like, and they messaged me, and I'm like, message me
What?
about the damn workday appraisal thing. No, not even the workday appraisal. It was AREs. I don't know if they
Just
call it that. That at your job, but they messaged
no.
me. Did you finish your? You know the modules that you got to
Just
do.
ask that question up front. Hello, I'm calling. I'm messaging you
But
from this
why
place to other.
email me? Why are you sending me a
I
chat?
don't even care if you send it to me on chat, but just say all that you want. Don't just say hi.
And then I checked them. I checked the like the online message. This nigga. Oh, sorry. This person is on vacation.
That sounds like so now.
I'm
That was
like,
just your last thing to do on the to do list. Okay,
I'm
fine.
freaking out.
Fine.
Again,
That
Chapter 11 bankruptcy.
hi.
My fault.
So
That's what I'm
annoying.
thinking. My anxiety is too bad for people to just say
Yeah,
hi.
that's another thing. It's like, what do you want? Like, I don't. Can you please tell me immediately? Okay. Anyway, the last one on my list, which is funny because we're almost at the end of the show, but again, it's fine. I love
I
the
mean,
show.
so
It was
good.
it was great. People who say y'all when they're like talking on social media posts, like, all right, let me give you an example. Like when somebody's like, they talk about Kamala being now replacing Biden, and they're just like, I told y'all this is gonna happen.
Oh my god.
First of all, again, who I don't know who the fuck are you? How are we all supposed to know on the gossip in the city
And you
page that you told us this person in the middle of East Bumblefuck, Alabama, with 100 followers? You told us? What are you talking about? And like, or sometimes people are like, yeah, y'all this or y'all that on social media. I'm like, you know, there are millions of users on social media.
They're like, y'all listen to anything.
Yes, I don't know why the y'all bothers me because I'm like, now why am I in it? Like I didn't do nothing to you. It's like you talk about me. And there was somebody I used to date that did that shit. They would be like, yes, y'all gonna keep listening to these politicians, and I'm like. I was like, who listens to politicians? So I'm like, who are you talking about? He was like, I'm talking about people. I'm like, well, no, stop saying y'all, because you it sounds like you talk about me, and I never told you that. So it's like, are you projecting something on me? And I get that from my mom. If you say y'all in front of my mom, like y'all messed around and missed out on this bill, my mom be like, y'all shit. Don't say y'all, because I'm not included in it. And that's when I was a kid, my mom always used to get annoyed with that. And I get it, because it's like, don't include me in that. I didn't. Y'all on the internet is so irrational. It's so stupid. And you trying to be a you're trying to be a know-it-all and just make sure like you try and put yourself above it, but I told
and,
you all this a long
and
time
it be
ago.
dumb shit. Like, just like the people who believe the government killed Dr. Saban, they be like, I told y'all.
And so
I'm
yeah,
like,
but y'all wasn't listening when I said this back when
and we
Nipsey got killed.
we're
It's like
still not listening to you.
I never seen you before ever. And now that I've seen you, I wish I haven't. That's what it be. Like, oh my God, it's so annoying to me when people say, y'all, and bonus, real quick, I've vented about this on TikTok, so I'm not gonna go in for too hard, but like, a streaming service is not releasing the episodes all at one time now. Like, why did we go backwards? Like, we used to do it with Orange is the New Black, it would just drop, and then you could watch the whole season, and it's like, yes, revolutionizing TV, we can binge, and now all of a sudden, we've gone backwards. Like Apple TV, the show that I'm watching, Lady in the Lake, they release it every fucking Friday. And it's like, I'm not a person that bobs and weaves between shows. I binge watch. So it's like kind of frustrating now because it's like after I watch that, it's like I gotta go find something else to watch. And with everything going on, it's very difficult to find something else to watch because it's
The
like
Bear does
7 million things.
The Bear does that. They
I
released
like
the whole
it.
season.
Oh, they released the whole season. Well, maybe
Yeah, they released the
it's
whole
time for
season.
me to get into the Bear. I'm a little afraid because the episode I did watch did feel tense. So I was like,
Yeah,
do I have the energy for this?
That's why I don't binge watch that show. I
Yeah.
watch episode by episode, but yeah, sometimes I will say it's kind of exciting because I'm like, ooh, like it feels like watching TV. I'm gonna say like how my mom did it back in the day, but but
I hate
sometimes
it.
it's kind of exciting. But I know you are a hardcore like boom.
I want to watch it. I want to like just be like this, looking at the screen. Like that's how I like to watch TV. Like I've got a problem. Like I'm one of those kids in the 90s that people probably would be like, that's not good. Like she gonna be dumb as a rock. She gonna be dumb as a rock because all she do is watch episodes. I can watch TV for 10 hours straight.
That's why
and just go to the bathroom and eat. That's it.
That's why I can't like. I'm kind of glad that they don't do that because I know how I am. I get stuck. Like dishes not clean, clothes not clean. Now I'm wearing a song from 2013 to work.
That's when I'm binging. I'm like, this is what I'm doing today. Like, and
nothing
it's so
will
funny.
Be done.
Because I started realizing that was abnormal when I was like dating the person I'm dating now. And he was like, so what did you do today? I'm like, watch TV. And he's like, and what else? I'm like, that's what I did. Like I can sit down in one spot and watch TV all day.
My mom
is
like that though.
Yeah. And my mom is too. I get it from her. When me and my mom want to have a lazy day, like the expectation is that we don't do shit today. We're not doing anything. And I love it. I do. But yeah, just a little another thing to complain about. Ugh, God, that felt great to just complain. And get that off my chest because a lot of that was on my heart, like big time. We are almost at the end of the show, but do we have time for at least for a toast for us?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And do you want to save our subject for next week?
Yeah, we can save it for next week. Yeah,
okay, cool.
I did not expect us to a yapathon like that.
Not
like...
the plan. We really the queen of yapping.
That was not the plan, but I really had to. That was on my heart about the actor thing because I'm like, y'all don't get it. Y'all don't get it, and you think you do. That's what the thing that pissed me off. I told y'all it'd be that. You don't
Y'all
know.
not listening to me when I said so. It's like nobody's listening to you because you're annoying as fuck. And your stance, even the way you present your stance, I know I'm gonna like what you gotta say just by how you present it. If you take on this arrogant tone, like, oh, well, one thing about it, like I don't know if you see that TikToker, but he pretends to be like an annoying person. So he was like that one guy at work who think he's the personality hire. Like
you know, you talking about the light skinned guy that be like,
no, he's white.
Papa? Oh no!
What?
You remember that guy? It'd be like how people when do not disturb. People would do not disturb. Yes. He's like, oh please, Papa doesn't want to talk to us.
He's funny as fuck, but no, this guy, he's like the guy. He always is like looking like, you know, like I just got it all going on. And he's the person at work. He do a skit where he's like that one guy who thinks he's the personality hire, and and everyone's like, "What'd you do this weekend, Evan?" And he's like, "Let's just say I got into some trouble." Like he's that guy.
I'm am so happy I do not work with people like that. Oh my God.
Yeah. No, I don't work with people like that either. Everybody like, I went to the shore at my job. Like, they just real normal with it, which I
Yeah, I
love. But that
can't
guy's like, let's
take.
just say tequila was involved. Like, that type of guy, you know?
But you know what's
I can't
funny?
stand
I
it. I
work with
can't
people
stand that
like that
tone.
at Barnes and Noble. I'm like, you acting like that? We get paid $7.25. That's crazy.
He's like, what can you afford to do?
I barely want to be here.
What you do? Go get some Ritas?
Hungry as shit. I barely want to be there. It was
Not the
really
Kamala laugh after making fun of somebody's wage.
Sister General.
That's
But
Sister General.
like, they really act. That's crazy. The one job that I had today, it was Barnes and Noble, $7.25. Couldn't even afford to laugh
Oh
there.
gosh, no! A lot of people used to act like that at my one job at the Home Shopping Network. I never forget the time a
I
guy
know they
had to put
did.
a bra on a bus. A bus is like a mannequin, and he was like, "Let's just say I get a lot of practice." And I looked at him, and then I pretended as if I heard nothing, because I'm like, I'm not going to give you the satisfaction. I'm
Ew,
not.
dirty bitch.
And if you seen him, he looked like that guy on SpongeBob. I don't remember the character. All I know is he really liked pickles. That's who he looked like.
Bubble bath.
That's who he looked like. And I'm like, please get out my face. Being dirty like that. Anyway, so, and I had my headsets on. I was like, yeah, copy. I'm just trying to pretend like I didn't hear him. So anyway, let's get to it quick. Let's wrap with a toast for a sis. So, we just want to send a toast to all the lady athletes out there doing their thing. Team America, you know. Shout out to Beyonce for introducing the Olympics in that bodysuit. Damn. I said she got to show that. Like, I don't know. That was the first time where I'm like, wait, why is she wearing this bodysuit? But I was thankful. Don't get it wrong. Don't get it twisted. I was like, damn, she looked good.
Yo, she want us to listen to Cowboy Carter hard as shit.
Sabria is like questioning Cowboy Carter, but I'm really already listening, so I can't say shit.
My body will not listen to it for some reason. Like, but I think that's not what I want to listen to right now. Like, I really want to listen to like, dude, I'm in the club. Like, I just kind of want to like club right now.
So I like, oh yeah, in my own. I like Cowboy Carter. But to your point, she definitely landed on thick. It's like when Beyonce do something like an album, everything has to be that theme for the rest of the year. Like, period. She not going to just
I feel like
open
she
up.
didn't even Renaissance. I feel like that sold itself. But like now, she like, all right now.
Yeah, it did. But I'm trying to think, did she do anything I don't know. I feel like not as much was coming up. Like the Olympics is so American that I felt like she just couldn't help herself, you know?
Yeah,
like
true.
She loved to pull themes through, that's for sure. But shout out to her for the intro. Shout out to Gabby Douglas. I know there are a bunch of new athletes who were in the Olympics. Shout out to Sha'Carri. And it's just so much Black excellence and just girl power and just pure just athletic excellence across the board. And I'm not a big Olympics fan, if we're being completely honest, because I'm not a big sports fan. But this year, I don't know, I'm kind of feeling I'm feeling pride in like what they've done. And I'm like, damn, it's really impressive, like how hard they work and train.
It's crazy as hell.
It's crazy. And now you compete in like, I think something about the Paris like Olympic opening, like seeing all those like boats of different, nations come together. I'm like, this is really a coordinated effort to like bring together the world's best. And the Olympics is the only place that happens. I wish it happened in other like instances, like I guess Miss World and Miss Universe. But yeah, I just thought it was so cool. I have nothing but respect for all the athletes and their teams. And just a quick update. McDonald's, they said like a lot of athletes, as much as 20% of them, like that was their meals for the Olympics. Yeah, like they were eating a lot of McDonald's, and that has been taken off the list. They have gotten them a lot healthier meals, most of the meals being plant-based, and the chicken nuggets that they have are soy nuggets. So vegan meals are now a big part of like the athletes meal plan. So I just want to tell the people who say things about veganism and like strength to suck it, because if the Olympics the Olympics is damn sure good enough for you going back and forth to your office job, okay? So yeah. That's that. All right, y'all. So that is the show. I had a good time. I had a great time this show.
Yeah,
I hope y'all did
good.
too. Make
Yeah.
sure you let us know how you feel on the socials. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Black Girl Brunch. Twitter at BLK Girl Brunch. You could follow us, or you can email us at blackgirlbrunch@gmail.com. You could follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Imam Mate. You can follow me on Twitter at It's Mate. And Sabria?
And you can follow me at Frankenfem on Twitter and it's Frankenfem on TikTok and Instagram.
Yes, 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 yes. That is it. All right, y'all. Have a good one. Bye.
Peace. Oh my